ladies and gents. How are we
Thank
doing?
you,
And of
thank
course,
you.
let me give you a warm introduction. Gorgeous queen. We've got Sevana over here down to my right, and of course up here, Khalia and Wagwan Kalpee. How you doing?
Hey, all good, blessings, guys. Blessings, everybody.
Great, great. So it's great to catch up with you guys. Of course, we're talking a bit about the island stage and this brand new event. So I'm hearing lots about it. I know it's on the 16th to the 20th of March, and that's going to be streamed by SXSW. Kalpee, of course, I know you're pioneering around the sort of backdrop of all of this, and I want to kind of dive in, if you would, for the first kind of part of the interview about what it's about and what can we expect.
Yeah, so like I said, it's South by Southwest. It's been exclusively streamed by Southwest, the first ever The Island stage. And we have some incredible Caribbean acts on the stage. And the whole point of the stage is to have something completely there for Caribbean music, Caribbean artistry, and for artists outside of the norm as well, because what people outside of the Caribbean or who don't know a lot of the Caribbean may not know is that there's so many genres within the Caribbean. In Jamaica, you're going to have differences within reggae, within dancehall. In Trinidad, differences in calypso, in soca. And this stage is allowing us to now bring those artists and that music to the forefront so that people could see and hear the difference in the accents and see the difference in the music.
Sure. I mean, that sounds like a great event and such a needed for the culture. How important was it for you coming on board? And the same goes as well for you, Sevana, afterwards.
It was great to be invited because, as Kalpee said, it's important to have a stage that showcases Caribbean music because there's so much diversity already in it. And being a woman in reggae in Jamaica, and the whole girls irate thing, it just feels amazing to come on board.
Sure. And
wait, why do you have an accent, Khalia?
Did you say?
I didn't realize that you had an accent the whole time. What?
Oh, seriously? You just find out now, girl.
You spot the time. You were using patois the whole time, right?
A mix.
No, I'm always switching it up between the English accent and the patois. Depends on the time. But I speak to Miss Becks now, and she's in my hometown in London. I give her the proper thing.
Okay.
Seeing that.
For me, with being on island stage, I just think it's a brilliant initiative. Kalpee was me that the goal is for us to tour as Caribbean acts together, and we've just never done anything like that before. Or music is appropriated a lot. You see what I'm saying? It's stolen a lot, and it's done. We don't get credit for being the source of a lot of the sonics that you hear in popular music. So I think that the island stage is definitely one of those spaces that will be like, hey, actually here, this is where it's from. And these are what the actual Jamaican and Caribbean artists sound like and look like and feel like. I think it's definitely going to disrupt the perspective that the world might have on Caribbean music, Jamaican music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Nicely answered. And I know the event is kind of in partnership with Music TT and the Therapy. So Kalpee, how important was using these companies to represent the ethos behind the island stage? How important was that for you to have those companies come on board?
Well, it's always really important for your teams, so to say, to support you. So Music TT, for example, is a Trini-based company involved in the arts in Trinidad, music, the arts in general. And it's amazing that they came on board for something that we brought to Jamaica to do. Their borders were closed at the time, so it was very difficult getting into Trinidad to do anything at all. I was stuck outside, and we happened to go to Jamaica, so it was actually very, very, I was inspired to know that Trinidad will go out of their way to support something that isn't home and isn't the norm, because we are very carnival based, we're very soca and calypso based, and it's exciting to know And I know that there's so many other artists who do different genres and bring in things like calypso, they bring in things like soca, but it's not soca, it's not calypso. So it's really exciting to see them, push that forward. And it's now going to bring new genres out of the Caribbean as a whole.
Sure. And this question is for all of you. How significant is having the Caribbean artists represented on a global stage? You can start.
That everybody want to answer that.
Yeah. It's important because, as Sevana said, our music is so appropriated. And I think people put Caribbean music in one box. Like when you think about how our music is portrayed in film and things like that, it's like one thing. It's reggae or it's
super soca island,
hardcore dancehall.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, or super soca. And there's so many things in between that. There's so much merging, there's so much mixing and stuff like that. So it's so important that the world can see us for exactly what we bring and not just the stereotypes,
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as Khalia is saying, there's so much nuance in just Jamaican culture, Trinidadian culture, but Bayesian culture, culture as a whole. And that's what this does. It highlights it pushes it in your face, and it's about time.
Yeah, it's about time. You're right.
I mean, Khalia, you spoke about appropriation in the music that you guys bring to the table. Can I kind of touch a little bit on that? Anyone can go with this because I see it a lot, and you guys are kind of coming in. You're in your own lanes as well. I absolutely love what you're doing in the music scene, and just talk a bit about what that looks like and how that makes you guys feel as well as artists coming out from the Caribbean islands.
It's a tricky one because right now I feel like pop music is pretty much it's reggae, it's dancehall, it's highly influenced.
Yeah.
I mean, pop means popular music, so what's popular at the time. However, it's not the artists that are bringing that sound that are being lifted on the global stage for that. For me as an artist, in general in life, I just know say me a push and me a go on the meeting.
Yeah.
But it is, you do look and you think, okay, that's nice, that's cute. but just say where you were influenced and just say where, and
the recognition.
And that's just it.
Sure.
And I feel as though, like, well said, Khalia, and like the thing is, it's not something that we have to get upset about or annoyed about. No. It's just something that we have to be conscious about. And these opportunities are going to be the opportunities to help us educate people. Sometimes you can't expect people to just understand the Caribbean if they haven't been there and they don't understand the people, the mix of genres. So this is where we come in, and this generation of artists from the Caribbean are going to help educate the rest of the world as to the diversity from the Caribbean. Let's go.
Co-sign. I'm co-signing what they said. All of what they said.
Sure. Sevana, congratulations, by the way, on your new EP, Be Somebody. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. And to be honest, Blessed is my favorite. I'm not sure whether Blessed or Set Me on Fire. I'm kind of in between the two.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just touch upon that. What would you describe your sound as being? And how conscious are you in drawing upon your culture and just everyday living in Jamaica into your music?
How would I describe my music? I have difficulty doing that. I usually don't describe my music. Don't describe it. I want to do every sound that's out there. I don't want to be limited by any one sound or one approach or one narrative, honestly, just about anything at all. I'm an artist, and I just believe in expressing myself and evolving in my expression as I grow up. As far as me channeling Jamaica, it's like I am Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? Me as I am, seeing the sights in Jamaica, being able to experience the energy of Jamaica, and then coming to California or going to London and then being myself, showing up and being myself is how I channel that.
Totally. Khalia, I love as well No Better Days, and that's a really powerful song. So talk me through, although she kind of mentioned about not wanting to be pigeonholed, Sevana, as an artist, can you tell me what was the main message, would you say, you wanted anyone listening to that track to take away from it, No Better Days? What would that be for you?
Literally procrastination. I am the procrastination master. So every song that I write, I kind of write for myself, like if it's a motivational song, first.
Sure.
And then people can, enjoy it and feel energy from that. So definitely it's just, when you want to put something off, when the whole pandemic started and we were like, okay, nothing's happening, the shows are canceled. I was devastated. So I kind of felt like, what am I doing? What am I doing anything for? I should just wait and just put this off and wait until the place opens up, right? We're still here on Zoom.
Exactly.
So it's just, just do what you can do, what you need to do today, and don't put it off. And that's the idea behind the track, basically.
Sure. And I have to draw upon, on the show Mid Morning Fix, it's the month of, International Women's Day. It's Women's History Month as well. Mother's Day is around the corner. So this one's for the ladies. Sorry, Kalpee.
No worries.
But what's the kind of
ladies' night?
What positive steps you've seen in the music industry for female artists, and what changes would you like to still see as well for both of you?
I mean, for me, I definitely would want the music industry to be more safe for women. It's still not the most safe that it could be. It's a lot safer than it was. Whereas, you need to be showing up to a studio, be ready to barter your body to get a record deal done or a song, made. But it's still very predatory. You know what I mean?
100%.
A lot of women are still being, groomed to kind of like the male gaze. I think women are still being groomed to expect that they will not be heard if they were to say something in a meeting or in the studio about just having an opinion on their song. And yeah, just overall, I think that allowing more expressions, and then allowing more women to just be themselves in the music. That's what I would like to see. And I hope that, if a young artist or just any female artist watching this right now is hearing it, that just do you. That is your power. You being yourself, your authenticity, you being truthful in your expressions, that is your power. And we need that. The world needs that. The world needs to see women be themselves.
Sure.
There we go.
That's so important that you say that. It's just being ourselves, whatever it is that you feel comfortable in doing, and not doing what you feel like people want to see or men want to see from you, right? I think as artists, as female artists, we are being taken more seriously with our opinions, with the output that we give. And because of the internet, we're able to connect with people who are more aligned as well with the type of music that we do, So because, say for instance, back in the day, you only had shows to show, what you were capable of, or radio, and so your reach was limited to a certain people in a certain space that are used to a certain thing. But now it's much easier to be yourself and put out what you want to put out, because there's a space for it. 100%.